All right, guys, in this week's fight analysis, we're gonna be breaking down one of the most brutal fight analysis that I've seen. We're in a public place, you have security guards, bystanders, and you have one attacker over here. So let's see what happens. Over here you could see, and there's one guy on the floor. So the attacker, there's one person using a stick, there's two security guards, one going more face to face with him. And you can see he's swinging. He's kind of in a position where you could see this security guy here is kind of in a position and he's kind of facing off with him. And see right now, the rest, so I wanted to break this down right here. Now I worked in security almost 10 years in clubs. Look at this security guard right here. He's staring and kind of facing off one-on-one here. This security guard should be attacking right on this side, coming in, trapping and securing that weapon. So you can see over here, look, she's still there on the side. Now, I've always said this. He's running away from the knife. You run, you're turning your back. What happens? He's chasing him. And again, it was a good move. He took the carts and he's using the carts to create distance, using them as an improvised weapon. Now he comes back. He starts hitting him. You could see the attacker is leading with his hand. So he's taking the shots. I'll bet you this guy's probably high on drugs, alcohol. He's definitely on something and on high adrenaline. I've seen this working in clubs. Dealing with guys with under the influence of drugs, especially like cocaine, they could take a beating. They could take strikes. You could see right now, he's taking hits. So over here, you see the security goes back and he's just whacking. Now he's really not even, striking him in a very precise, he's just swinging anyhow the stick. The attacker comes in and traps his baton. He traps his baton, he starts fighting. What happens? Slips? Look at that. Right here, you see there's a struggle. He slips. This is the reality. He's on the ground, ice pick grip. Security guy just starts kicking. Great initiative from this guy over here, just slamming everything he can to try to create some kind of distraction or some kind of obstacle between him and the security guard. He's stepping back. Man, this guy is probably the smartest one of all. He came in, exactly what I teach, and he used his whole body. Look at this trap. Simple trap. He trapped it and he pinned it to his body and he stuck to the attacker. Now, he's just staying there. Everybody jumps in. And this is what you want to do against an active shooter or an active person who has a weapon. As many people want to jump in. One person go for the weapon, the other person go for the body, go for the head, try to take him down. It's not enough for one person. If you're more than one, you want to try to circle the person and attack from all directions. And one person has or wants to go for that weapon hand. From there you can see, right? They're all here, trapped, striking, punching the head. The guy's still standing, he's still fighting. They take away the weapon, lock the arms, and you could see they're taking him out, right? You can see this is like very, very brutal, right? Blood everywhere. The security guy's on the floor. And if you guys see the video, he's not some kind of fancy expert knife fighter. It's just a crazy, high on crack, drugged up, adrenaline guy. And I say this because sometimes people tell me, well, the guy's not going to the attacker won't hold the knife that way. He's not going to strike that way. Again, try to say that to the guy who's high on drugs, on crack, who just is out to murder and stab. So, I just wanted to point that out because sometimes I get that. You see the security guy is on the ground. He's bleeding, blood on the floor. Again, so many elements to this fight analysis that we're just going to break down now. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to be looking at is the ice pick defense. Now, the ice pick, as you can see, the attacker was coming overhand. Now, this is one of the hardest one to defend against because of the rotation of the shoulder, the amount of power that it comes, because it comes overhead and through the center line. And what happens instinctively, we have the habit of moving back like you saw in the video. And as hard as it is, the idea of what you want to do is, as it comes forward, is you want to crash and step in. As long as I'm moving back or creating space, he's moving forward. I'll never move backwards faster than he's going to move forward. And as more space I give him, especially in close quarter, the more momentum he's going to build. Now, being a security, obviously, if you could run, run. But your job is to stop this guy, right? So if he's coming overhand, boom, step in, crash, trap, and from there, you want to go directly into your strikes. You want to trap the weapon, and from there, I'm going to elbow, I'm going to headbutt, I'm going to knee, and depending on what I can do, if he goes under, go under. If he goes under, he comes here, then I'm going to transfer into a trap, again, striking. Okay? Again, it's very scary knowing you have to move in because our instinct is to move away. But you can see at one point he turned around and he's running. Again, chest to back, he's just going to be going straight at you. In order for you to run against a knife, and I've pressure tested in this gym, you need at least a good 15, 20 feet of open space, meaning if you have to open the door, if you have to move anything, those few seconds can cost you your life because your attacker could get to you, okay? So again, obviously what you want to do is run, get out, but if you don't have a choice and you're stuck, the hard part is to actually move in and step in instead of moving backwards as he's moving forward and you creating the range and distance he needs to keep attacking. So we're going to be looking at using a baton. Now, as you can see, the attacker was leading with his hand up there and he was actually taking the shots, right? Again, he was probably under some kind of drugs, alcohol, who knows. But what happened, as he's using the stick, he's just whacking the stick. If you're gonna attack with the stick, you want to, one, protect the stick. Still keep the other hand up here because at any point, if I do this and he charges, I can still use the arm to move out of the way. Or if he came here, I'm going to use it here, but if he came straight, so grab the stick. If he does this and he grabs the stick, I still want to be able to use my other arm. Now in the video, what he did is he grabbed the stick and then they started fighting. So what happened? He's trying to fight. He's trying to get to the stick. He actually loses the stick and he starts attacking him again with the knife. So if you're going to use the stick, guys, I mean, there's a few ways you could use it. You can keep the hands up here this way, where I'm striking to the hand here, striking low. I could also throw a kick, right? But I'm not just going to extend it and be doing quick shots into the arm, into the hands. I can strike into the head, right? I can use my legs, play with it. Again, in this scenario, guys, obviously the guy was under the influence and he's whacking him. But you want to try to, as much as possible, try to throw out some other strikes, right? And as well, what happened was, the reason why he trapped the baton is because he was doing wide movements. And that's one of the reasons why he trapped it. So keep it short, quick, use your footwork. So find me, it's like boom, boom, I'm moving, bam. My hands are up, boom, I'll go high, I'll go low, I'll kick here, I'll kick there, I'll strike here. I'm gonna keep quick snapping movements, hitting high, low, and finding the opportunity as much as possible to strike into the hand or the weapon hand, but make sure, even if he's charging, if he charges, boom, I'm gonna move, I'm gonna strike, use my footwork and get out of the way. Okay, Costa's gonna be simulating as if he's the attacker. We're gonna be looking at what do you do if you see somebody being attacked with a knife, right? So Costa's here, he's simulating to attack. Now the first thing, before I go in straight for the weapon, I'm gonna look around. Is there an improvised weapon? Is there anything I can use to smack him over the head, smash his head, keep distance before I decide to go and trap the weapon, okay? If you decide to trap the weapon, go slow, Costa. What I wanna do is I wanna go with my whole body, boom, and go with my whole body trapping the weapon. I'm gonna pin it to my body, come over here, and I'm gonna hug it into my body. So that means, just go slow like this, Costa, like face over there. So if I'm here and he's attacking and I see this, I'm gonna come here and go boom. I'm gonna come in, now I got it this way, but the important part, I'm gonna come in with two hands and I'm gonna pin it, boom, to my body. I mean, let's say you pull this way, let's say you pull this way, then I'll bring it over here and at least I'll pin it this way. And again, I pin it to my body or his body. And from there, I want to control it. I want to isolate the weapon. As soon as I trap it, I control it, then I go into my strikes. I'm gonna headbutt, maybe I'm gonna sweep underneath, I might use my shoulder to drive it down, but the important part is for me to trap this weapon, pin it to my body, that if he moves, I'm moving with him the whole time. The more distance I have, the more leverage each of us, the more it comes down to strength. However, if I'm here and he moves, I'm moving wherever he goes. I'm going to use my footwork, I'm going to lower my center of gravity, and at any point I know I have strikes where I can do here, I can slip underneath, I can go into the palm strike, I could also just drive, you feel this? I could drive it down here this way. So what you want to do from there, again, it depends. Maybe he's striking, go like this, custom. Maybe you're attacking it. Maybe he's here. If he's here, I see this. Boom, boom. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna trap it here. Yeah, there's gonna be a fight, but if there is, boom, drop the weight. Again, pin it to my body. Especially if you're many people together. Let's say you're 2 or 3 people, and you see this. One person goes for the weapon. The other person attacks everything else. Smash a bottle over his head, hit him, strike him. The more people you are, the more advantageous it is to try to take him actually down to the ground. Because then you could kind of, one controls the weapon, the other one can control the body, can control the head, try to put him down, pin him down, and as fast as possible, try to take that weapon away from him. Now, if you hit the ground, like he did over here, at one point, he was just throwing any kind of kick. Now, what you want to do, you want to try to get into position over here, bring your hands up, protect. You want to kick into the knees, into the balls. If you drop low, that's fine because you could protect yourself because your vital organs and targets are low, right? So if I drop myself here, he's got to commit a lot lower to try to strike me. So what I want to do, this is when I'm going to use my legs to kick to the groin, kick to the head as well. I'm going to use here, try to trap here. Why? Because I can push, try to get him off balance somehow by trapping over here, right? So I'll grab into the jeans, I'll grab into the pants, I'll try to strike high, strike the balls, strike the knee. But the dangerous part again, there's so much power coming down that if this was real and he started stabbing this way, I'm gonna go right into the balls from here, boom, boom, right there. I want to kick them into the head, here, into the knee. But again, guys, I mean, it's not, the person who's attacking with a knife, he knows he has the advantage. So he's gonna be raging down those strikes. So the idea is you want to throw as many kicks as you can, and if possible, try to get him off balance, try to get him on the ground. And I think that the best way to do this is that if he's in close, so let's say he grabbed my foot or whatever, he came here, and boom, oh shit, you okay? I would between the balls. I would boom, kick here, kick there, try to get him down here, boom, boom. Just find a way. I took quite a bit of slashes. Find a way to grab the foot, try to strike, try to come up high, try to come up low, and if you can, try to get up as quickly as possible. But again, what's really dangerous, if I start getting up here now, boom, I'm getting stabbed. And we're in close quarter, guys, so it's not that easy, right? he's not gonna let me get up. He's not gonna go in slow motion. He's not gonna come at me a certain way, right? Yes, like in the fight analysis, he got stabbed in the leg or whatever. He got up after, at least he didn't get stabbed in the throat, in the chest, in the heart. So lying down has its advantages and disadvantages. Now add multiple attackers, now you're really screwed. The fight just changed, right? So there's not an easy sequence of strikes I'm going to teach you. The idea is you got to start kicking as fast, as hard as possible. Try to get out, try to get up if you can, but you need to create distance before you get up, because as you're getting up, he's still going to be charging, he's still going to be attacking.